This episode is brought to you by Iams Pet Food. When you choose Iams dry dog or cat food, you can see a difference in your pet with your own eyes. Healthy energy in 5 days, healthy digestion in 10 days, and healthy skin and coat in just 25 days. Satisfaction for you and them. Guaranteed or your money back. Feed Iams dry dog or cat food and see a visible difference. Visit iams.com/difference to learn more.
With Amex Platinum, you get priority notified with global dining access by Resi, so you can get first dibs if a spot opens up at restaurants. And compliments to the chef turns into compliments to your Platinum card. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withAmex.
This is Optimal Health Daily, a gradual approach to healthy eating by Leo Babauta of zenhabits.net. And I'm Dr. Neil Malik, your host and narrator. Hey there, welcome back to another edition of Optimal Health Daily, where I read to you from some of the best health and fitness blogs online. All right, and with that, let's get right to today's post and start optimizing your life. A Gradual Approach to Healthy Eating by Leo Babauta of zenhabits.net. Many of us have tried various diets over the years with little success. I remember trying about half a dozen different diets when I was trying to lose weight, and none of them stuck for more than a few weeks. Why is that? A few reasons. 1, you're trying to change a lot of things at once, from learning new recipes to strategies for social situations to what to eat when you go out to what you should do when you're craving a snack and much more. Making that many changes at once is a sure recipe for failure. 2, you're making huge changes all of a sudden. If you shift from unhealthy eating to healthy eating in one day, it will seem like a drastic change, and you won't be used to it at all. This is very difficult, and if you're struggling with something difficult, you're probably not going to last more than a few weeks. Or 3, you don't really like your life with this new diet. You like the idea of being leaner, but you don't like the diet, and you miss your old food, so it feels like a sacrifice, and you can only sacrifice for so long. That's a lot of powerful forces working against you, and that's just the start. Having a spouse or friends who eat differently is difficult, and so is being surrounded by unhealthy food at home and work. So what can we do? What worked for me is gradual change. Let's look at the why, then the how. Why gradual change works. If you understand the reasons that people fail at trying to create a healthy lifestyle, then you can see why gradual is better. 1, it's not overwhelming to start if you start small and only do one small change at a time. 2, with gradual change, you're not putting too much on your plate as you are with a huge change, and so you're less likely to drop it as the weeks progress because you're too busy and have other things to focus on. 3, it's not an abrupt change, so it doesn't seem so difficult and it quickly starts to feel normal. You're pushing out of your comfort zone, but not too much. And 4, you never really feel like you're sacrificing. Those are some good reasons. Let's do this. How to transition to amazingly healthy. Before we start the gradual process, it's a good idea to know where we're going generally. This won't be the exact place we end up because things will change along the way, including your taste buds. But let's take a big picture look at what we're doing first. A less helpful approach is to think of the perfectly healthy diet and say, that's what you need to do. For example, if for some reason we said you should only eat protein and vegetables all day, every day, then any deviation would feel like failure. And you might think that that's not a very fun life, so you wouldn't be likely to stick to it. Instead, try to imagine a life that includes healthy food that you'd really enjoy, but allows for other indulgences too. For some, that might mean you want a bagel and fruit for breakfast, then some healthier stuff for lunch and dinner like protein, veggies, quinoa, or brown rice, maybe carrots and hummus for a snack, some green tea later in the afternoon, and finally, a martini after dinner. That's not 100% healthy, but it's pretty great, and it's a picture you'd enjoy perhaps. For others, you might want a sweet in the afternoon, or your tall latte in the morning, or French fries at dinner with friends a few times a week. Those are all allowable in a healthy lifestyle if most of the other things you eat are healthy. You want a picture of a healthy life that seems enjoyable to you, Next, pick one small healthy change and stick with it for a week. Get some accountability. Put a reminder on your fridge. Plan ahead of time. Do whatever it takes to make that small healthy change happen. If you are successful, pick another small change the next week and repeat that every week you were successful. What kind of small healthy changes can you pick each week? The list can be endless, but here are some examples. Eat a vegetable at dinner every day. Eat a vegetable at lunch every day. Eat a fruit for an afternoon snack. Have a fruit with breakfast. Cut back one alcoholic drink at night. Don't eat after 8 p.m. Cut back on the sugar you add to your coffee to a minimal amount. Have a whole grain like quinoa, brown rice, and so on with dinner instead of a white starch. Have hummus or raw nuts instead of those chips you eat for a snack. Have berries instead of the sweets you eat for a snack. Learn 3 new recipes this week. Cook one night, then eat the leftovers the next, and repeat. Eat at home most nights this week. Have yogurt with fruit or a tofu scramble with veggies for breakfast. You get the picture. If you don't like these changes, come up with some of your own. If these seem too difficult, make them easier. One small change at a time means a dozen over a few months. That adds up to some amazing change over time, and it's change that's likely to last much longer. You just listened to the post titled, A Gradual Approach to Healthy Eating by Leo Babauta of zenhabits.net, and I'll be right back with my commentary. When you're hiring, it feels amazing to finally close out a job search. But what if you could get rid of the search and just match? You can with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it filters out incompatible applicants. So when you're hiring, the process is much faster, and you only have to consider applicants that are already likely to be a great fit. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
This episode is brought to you by United Airlines. When you want to make the most of your vacation, book with United. They're an airline that cares about your travels as much as you do. United is transforming the flying experience with Bluetooth connectivity, screens, power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to help fit everyone's bag. And with their app, you can skip the bag check line, get live updates, and more. Change the way you fly. Book your next trip today at united.com.
Dr. Neil here for my commentary. All of the suggestions today's author, Leo, shared were great, and he's right. Small, gradual changes tend to feel much more manageable. Plus, with smaller changes, we're more likely to achieve small wins, and these small wins can help us stay motivated to keep going. And then we gradually build on those small wins to modify our goals. The one thing I would add to the suggestions Leo shared is this: write down your goals. Even if the goal seems so small that we may not even feel it's worth writing down, still write it down. This is because researchers are finding that when we write down our goals, it tricks the brain into thinking those goals are somehow real. And researchers have found that writing down our goals increases the chances that we'll actually achieve them. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for being here every day. Thank you for sharing this show with someone. That's one of the best ways to keep this show going. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.